In the shadow of rolling hills and winding rivers, a settlement took form nearly 2,000 years ago, unseen by history. This place, now known as Manchester, began not as a grand city, but as a strategic outpost on the empire's edge. Roman forces, under the command of Governor Gnaeus Julius Agricola, advanced northward, seeking to secure vital routes between established military strongholds. Here, the Brigantes tribe had long dwelt, naming the hill something akin to a breast-shaped rise, which the Romans would Latinize. In Latin, it transformed into Mamucium, a name that echoed faintly through the centuries as the first foundations were laid down. The fort accommodated roughly 500 auxiliary troops, drawn from distant provinces like modern Spain, Germany, and North Africa to serve. Beyond the walls, a modest vicus emerged, a civilian enclave of traders, artisans, and soldiers' kin, numbering perhaps a few hundred. For 3 centuries, this outpost persisted as a quiet sentinel at the empire's brink, evolving from timber defences to enduring stone. Then, the Roman edifice fractured as legions departed when the Western Empire unravelled, leaving their infrastructure behind to slowly decay alone. Stone from forts and roads became plunder for local needs, while the vicus emptied, swallowed by overgrowth and the passage of time. The name evolved from Mamucium to Manchester. An Anglo-Saxon hamlet persisted, centred on a wooden church, its people tending marshy fields. The Domesday Book of 1086 notes it cursorily, subsumed within Salford's Manor, home to merely hundreds living in timber huts. Growth stirred subtly in the medieval era, when the manor lord secured a royal licence for a market, fostering local exchange. St Mary's Parish Church, predecessor to Manchester Cathedral, rose on Saxon foundations, rebuilt in the 14th century's perpendicular Gothic architectural lines. Civil strife tested resolve during the English Civil War as Manchester aligned with Parliament, repelling royalist assaults with improvised local defences. Distinction eluded the town until the 18th century's pivot. Cotton, imported from India, captivated English tastes, demanding new methods of production. This influx bound Manchester to a grim global circuit, the triangular trade, where vessels bartered for enslaved lives to fuel production. Production began domestically, with spinners at wheels and weavers at looms in cottages, merchants shuttling cloth even to distant enslavers. Innovation accelerated the shift. James Hargreaves' 1764 spinning jenny multiplied threads under one hand, changing the pace of work forever. Machines outgrew homes, craving water wheels and then steam. Factories arose, brick behemoths housing hundreds under the clamour of steam-driven engines. By 1800, the market town yielded to an industrial archetype. Cotton rained, mills proliferated, and the populace swelled in this smoke-veiled hub. Human toll mounted relentlessly. Workers crammed into back-to-back terraces, families in single rooms without sanitation, while cholera and typhus ravaged freely. Children from age 5 pieced lint beneath whirring gears, maimed or dust-choked. Life expectancy in 1840s Manchester hovered at 25 years. It became Cottonopolis, a term freighted with paradox. Its indigent processed, slave-harvested fibre, while vast profits bypassed the hands that toiled. Frustration peaked in 1819. 60,000 converged at St. Peter's Field for a peaceful reform address, banners aloft for rights. Magistrates summoned the yeomanry to seize the speaker. Chaos erupted as sabres cleaved the throng, turning a peaceful gathering into a crush. 15 perished and 600 were wounded. Peterloo, mocking Waterloo, scarred collective memory as the state's blade turned upon its own petitioners. 11 years later, George Stephenson's rocket inaugurated the premier passenger railway, cutting travel from canal days to mere hours of steam speed. In 1842, Friedrich Engels arrived. Affluent yet observant, he chronicled the dank cellars and lung-ravaged operatives of the industrial slums. Engels allied with Karl Marx. Their communist manifesto flowed from shared insight, with Engels' Manchester mill wealth later sustaining the writing of Das Kapital. Crisis peaked with the American Civil War. The Union blockade choked Confederate ports and cotton ceased to flow, bringing silence to the mills. By 1862, famine gripped Lancashire. Mills idled, thousands were jobless, and starvation loomed as soup lines strained under the desperate demand. Yet, at the Free Trade Hall, thousands resolved for abolition, penning a letter to Abraham Lincoln. "Progress honours freedom's stains erased forever," Lincoln replied, hailing their sublime heroism. Today, a statue of Lincoln endures in the city, marking a bond forged in moral fire. By the 1870s, prosperity returned. The Town Hall, a Gothic revival edifice, anchored the centre, proclaiming the city's cultural and economic ascent. Edwardian zenith framed cultural blooms. The John Rylands Library opened in 1900, enshrining manuscripts amid the industrial grit of the city. World War I rent the fabric. PAL's battalions were decimated at the Somme, leaving streets bereft while factories churned out munitions for war. World War II targeted this hub. The December 1940 Blitz razed the centre, claiming 600 lives and shattering the city's historic heart. Post-war, textiles ebbed and mills shuttered. Decay gripped the city in the 70s, with empty warehouses and slum clearances fracturing old bonds. Yet music pulsed beneath the surface. The Smiths, Stone Roses, and Happy Mondays reshaped soundscapes, giving a new voice to the disaffected youth. Football anchored identity. Manchester United and City became global icons, their triumphs and tragedies weaving deeply into the communal soul of the city. The 90s pivoted derelict warehouses to lofts and nightlife. Vitality was reborn as the city embraced a new post-industrial future. The 2002 Commonwealth Games spurred East Side renewal. Universities swelled and the city youthified, becoming a magnet for students and creatives. Media migrated north to Salford Quay's Media City, UK. The Docklands were reborn, gleaming with glass and digital innovation, replacing the coal and cargo. Canal Street's gay village thrives as Europe's vibrant LGBTQ+ heart, showcasing a city that celebrates diversity and freedom of expression. Today, mills transmute to luxe dwellings and warehouses birth tech. Spinningfields gleams as a financial district anchoring Britain's second-largest economic area. Shadows persist, however. Deprivation pockets rival England's worst, and homelessness marks the streets, reminding us that inequality widens amidst the boom. The 2017 arena bombing claimed 22 lives. Yet solidarity surged, proving that terror could not break the spirit of this community. The worker bee, an emblem of toil and unity, was tattooed and muralled across the city. The message was clear: we stand together. From Mamucium stone to Cottonopolis's forge, Manchester unveils history's inexorable churn. Roman control yielded to medieval murmur and industrial blaze to reinvention. Power's gears empire, trade, labour strife, and moral reckonings ground through epochs, reshaping stone and sinew alike in this relentless urban machine. This city's arc mirrors civilizations, ascent via innovation, trial in inequity, and resilience amid rupture, a lens upon the world's profound machinery. In its layered sediment, we trace how economic engines propel societies, and how human choices amid crisis etch enduring consequence for us all. The present world, wired and global, inherits those mechanisms. Manchester remains a testament to the power of adaptation and the strength of community. We walk on history here. Every street corner holds a ghost of the past, whispering stories of revolution, hardship, and incredible triumph. As we look to the future, the spirit of innovation that birthed the modern world here continues to pulse through these streets. What Manchester does today, the world may still adopt tomorrow. The cycle of invention turns anew, driven by the same restless energy. But beyond the industry and the science, it is the culture and the people that give this city its beating heart. The waters that once carried the weight of empire now reflect a city at peace with its past, yet eager for tomorrow. From the darkness of the Blitz to the lights of a modern metropolis, the resilience of this place is its greatest monument. We have journeyed through 2 millennia, witnessing the birth, growth, destruction, and rebirth of one of the world's most significant cities. It is a story written in brick and mortar, in sweat and song, a story that belongs to everyone who calls it home. From the suffragettes to the computer scientists, the rebels and the dreamers have always found a sanctuary within these city limits. As the mist lifts from the Irwell once more, we see not just a city, but a living testament to human endeavour. The gears keep turning. The story continues to unfold minute by minute, driven by the millions of lives intertwining here daily. History is not just what happened yesterday, it is what we are creating right now, in every conversation and every shared moment. Knowledge accumulated over centuries remains the foundation. We build upon the lessons of the past to construct a more equitable future. Manchester stands as a pillar of the north, a city that has weathered every storm and emerged stronger, prouder, and more vibrant. Every brick tells a story. Every cobblestone has felt the tread of Roman sandals, wooden clogs, and modern sneakers alike. From the theatre of dreams to the halls of science, this city inspires the world to dream bigger and reach further. Even the rain, so constant and familiar, washes the streets clean, preparing the canvas for the next day's history to be written. Creativity flows here as surely as the rivers. It is a place where imagination is given form and where ideas become reality. As night falls, the city does not sleep. It merely changes its rhythm, humming with the energy of a million dreams. We are the witnesses of this era. Like the Romans before us, we leave our mark, hoping it echoes through the centuries. What city's history would you like explored next in this style? Subscribe to AI Historical Revival and tell us in the comments.